Hey, you would live now. Excellent.
Hello,
Oh,
here
God, we got
too.
weak signal. It could all go wrong.
No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We manifesting
Oh, that wasn't good, was it?
Yeah,
That wasn't a good start talking
manifesting
about
this,
manifestation. It was gonna go wrong. Welcome, episode 14 of the Inner Power Podcast with me, Andrew, and my co-host Matt Rubman.
Pretty much, yeah.
I see. You put a matching scarf on today.
Oh, yeah. Look,
Those-
the power of blue.
Yeah, power of blue.
Power of blue. Yeah. So.
It's trustworthy, like a trustworthy color. I found out last night.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I heard it before, but I found out again.
Oh,
So
that's interesting.
blue is a trustworthy color. Hello, Claire.
Is she there? Oh my
She
goodness!
is.
Hi,
Thank
gorgeous.
you for joining. Okay, so today we are going to talk about how to manifest your desires. We're going to share some of our own stories, and we are going to talk about some things we're excited about. I think. Do you think?
Yeah.
Of course,
why
I'm
not?
excited about it.
Yeah,
We might share some of our goals and things that we've got for the year ahead. So yeah, and I think by sharing some of our examples as well, it's good also this time of year. It's actually, I feel it's good to look back down a mountain, see what you've done, see what you've accomplished. And I think sometimes that's quite a good thing to look down at the things you've accomplished, things you've overcome, challenges you've overcome, because I think then when you look at it, you think, oh my God, that's amazing. So when you're setting up for your next, whatever stage of the journey at, you can look ahead and think, wow, I can do that because I got through that, or I accomplished that dream, that goal. And then of course we can put that out to the universe or the wooey-verse.
Wooey-verse. We do like it. Wooey-verse. Can I say something before you go any further?
Shut your mouth, Matt.
It's very important to look back and see what you have accomplished, because many people, even my clients who I'm working with, they don't tend to look back what they've been through and what they've accomplished, and they keep belittling their talents and their skills because they just discount what they've achieved. And it's really important for everybody, not only my clients, myself, you know, just to stop for a second and just look back and just summarize everything, because you're going to be surprised how much of things you've accomplished, and that will make you actually feel much better, you know, and gives you more power to, you know, just go and pursue whatever you need to pursue, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think I know we say things without realizing it. We don't realize what we might be saying out loud. It could be empowering, it could be disempowering. I know, see, but like when we're talking, you'll pull me up on stuff. No, Matt, it's like, it's this. Yeah, okay, shut up. But it's true, right? And we do it. We count. I think we hold, since on this collaboration, we hold each other to account on a lot of things, really. And it's enabled us to drive forward. So it's just being mindful of those things. I just kind of went off on one again, but that's nothing new. But I think it's important.
That's
You're
typical
absolutely right.
For Aries, I think. Yeah, especially around this time of year.
Yeah,
anytime, to be fair.
Anytime. But yeah, looking, absolutely right, to see what you've achieved.
It's really important. I have just briefly, I'm going to say, I have this client of mine. She is a high achiever, obviously, and she's accomplished in her life more than anyone else I know. And she still can't see it. I mean, now she can, but she couldn't. It was still not enough because she never looked back and never summarized what she achieved. And that was making her feel like she's inadequate and not good enough. And then when we managed to look back and summarize everything, she was like, oh my God, I never realized, because she was too focused, you know, just of running forward all the time, not taking break and actually absorbing what she accomplished. Yeah. You know?
No, definitely.
So that was massive shift for her.
I mean, I think it's to understand, I know we've sidetracked a little bit, but I think it's quite an important thing before we get into manifestation. By the way, if you just tune in, we are talking today about how you can manifest your desires. If you're new to the podcast, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review. whether it be on any of the channels that you're watching or listening to us on. It's so important. And please give it a share, because especially if you got something from it, because it will resonate with people around you as well. And the gift of life is to give, basically, to keep on giving.
100%.
100%.
And by the way, thank you very much, Claire, for tagging. You're
Yeah.
doing such an amazing job. This is
we
amazing.
really appreciate that.
And
So,
hi, Lynn. Brilliant.
yeah. So yeah, where was that? So yeah, I think it's important to look back. As long as, I think the problem sometimes, if you're looking too much in the past, and it's, you know, because we've all got negative, it only becomes a problem if you stay in a negative past and we're just carrying. Do you know what I mean? We're stuck in that mindset of, oh, I can't do anything. That's only when it, looking back, can become a problem. So what we're talking about, in order to move forward and manifest your desires, have a look back, because I think that's going to be so empowering for you, especially if you've had a challenge. It's been a challenging for a lot of people anyway, because of the pandemic, anything that's going on right now. And it might be you're still in a challenging time, but, you know, especially then, look back, so that you can now move forward. You come back to present where you are, and then you can start visualizing the things that you want, whatever this next stage is at, wherever you are right now, so you can manifest in what you want. And you can call it manifestation, you can call it self-belief, you can call it courage, call it what you want to call it. It's going to be the same thing. But if you use all of those things and you combine them, what did I say earlier? We got to bring and implode to explode. Yeah. So bring all these things in and then explode out, and great things happen. That's it. Done. I'm on a roll today. I'm pumped. I had a long weekend. It's but anyway, that's another story.
That's about manifesting.
It is actually, yeah.
I suppose, you know, you can mention a little bit of that if you want to, you know, just later. But before we go to that, I will also would like to point something out, that people think that manifesting is something once you decide to do it and then you're doing it. You know, that's manifesting. But manifesting is happening all the time.
Yeah,
whether you want it or not.
Yeah, definitely.
It depends on what you're focusing on.
Comes back to that again, right?
Yeah, and you can focus directly. You can be specific, and you can bring those things to existence.
Yeah.
You know, so just for example, you know, the smallest example, I was just laughing because we, like you already know, we tend to talk a lot before we come live, and we just talk about different things and share our experiences and our little experiments. So and
a lot happens in a week. We got like a year to catch up with every week. Oh my God, look at the time. Sorry.
So one of the things that happened a few weeks ago, and that's in regards of manifesting, was I was actually thinking that I would like to, I know it might sound not significant at all, but I thought, you know, just let's talk about it. I thought I want to have an Apple Watch. I do like Apple Watch because it has so many nice features. I can track my fitness progress. I can track my sleep quality. I like technology, so that would go probably well with my iPhone as well. So there was a long list of things why I would like to have this watch. And then I was looking at the prices. Obviously, it's not the cheapest thing, right? So I was thinking, what would be the best? And shall I buy it, you know, for cash, or shall I go on contract? But didn't make much of it. I was just actually fantasizing, you know, just what would it be like if I had this watch? And I did that probably for 2 days. And that was Saturday morning. I said to myself, I'm going to go to shop because I need to buy myself mascara, because that's what you normally do. Yeah, women thing. And I went to the shop. I bought what I wanted. And on the way back, there was Apple shop. So I thought, I'm just going to pop in. Okay. Cutting long story short, obviously, this guy who was working there approached me, asked me what I was looking for. I told him. We started looking into different options. And I was like, still not sure whether I want to spend this kind of money, but I would love to have a watch. And then he said to me, unless you will be interested in the watch that we had on the display. And I was like, okay. And he said, that would be much cheaper. And I was like, all right. So he brought this watch, not to mention that the watch is exactly the same color as my phone. It's red. Turned out that I got myself a brand new watch, which was on the shop floor on a display for a couple of months, for only £100. Okay, and this is no brainer, right? So I didn't think much about it, and I got myself a watch. So I have brand new watch, Apple Watch, for £100. Deal of my life. But what I'm saying is, you know, it did take me 2 days to actually manifest this watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going, heavily on, oh my gosh, this is so expensive. I realized this is, the price of the watch.
Yeah.
But I wasn't hung up on this.
Yeah.
And I was more focusing on, it would be great if I had it, and I could actually see myself using it. And boom, I manifested it within 2 days. So that was, 4 weeks ago. And very recently, for those who don't know, my mom, she's a dog breeder. She's been breeding dogs for over 20 years. Beautiful dogs, healthy, wonderful. In my opinion, the best dogs in the world, by the way, because obviously, for obvious reasons, but not only, she's really good at what she's doing. And she was struggling to sell her last 2 puppies. And I thought, oh gosh, why is it happening? And she said, obviously, the market is oversaturated with the breed, because obviously lots of breeders decided to breed those puppies, and now it's just too many of them. So that's what I told you today. I started writing in my gratitude book last week. It's exactly 7 days. I'm so happy and grateful now that my mom sold puppies to fantastic loving homes, and and she got them all sold, before Christmas. Within 3 days, there was a guy contacting us from Greece. So she is actually, this guy is coming from Greece, from Athens, to pick up the puppy on a Christmas day. And yesterday, my mom messaged me that another family from Germany put the deposit on the last one. So there we go.
Yay!
Both of them are sold. And I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. But like I said, I was focusing on as it already happened, and thinking for it like as if I went to the future and I saw what happened, that kind of thing. But it was fun, and it really made me feel good. And again, I proved to myself that those things really works. They really do. So that's why I told you, to start practicing it, because this is pure magic for me. And you might believe it, you might not believe it, but I would tell you this one thing: if you test it out, try it out, and you express your gratitude, if you're not going to manifest your big desires, well, let's say next day or within 6 days, what is gonna happen? It's gonna actually make you feel much better with yourself right here, right now. So there is so many benefits of doing that.
Definitely. I've just put it in the comments.
Is it?
Yeah, I just put in comments. Take home, get yourself a gratitude journal.
Yes, do that. Yes,
yeah,
please.
Definitely do that. So, yeah, no, it's two really amazing, inspiring stories, and I guess if you've never done it before, you might be sat there thinking, what are you on about? But it does work, and it works for a lot of things. And I think, again, you can call it manifestation, you can call it self-belief, you can call it focus, you call it whatever you want. What you want to call it. It's still the same thing. If you look at a spirituality book about it, they're going to say one thing. And if you go to a business book, they're going to say another thing. If you go to a personal development book, they're going to say, but they're all the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's all the same thing. And like, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues, and that's why I like to take all those things I've just said, bring them in, we implode them, and there you go, explode it out to the universe. And it is, that's why we call it the inner power. It's bringing it in to be your inner power, and that's it. The power's yours, and however you interpret power, basically.
But the most successful people in the world, they swear by it, and like you said, they might call it differently, although many of them are spiritual, so they use pretty much the same lingo. And they say, just what you see in your head, you can hold it in your hand. That was actually words of Bob Proctor. He said, if you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. And what it means is, like, obviously every idea, every desire, everything starts here in your head, and then are you going to take your steps, towards it? You're gonna believe is very important, by the way. Are you going to allow yourself to believe that you can have it, or you're just gonna dismiss it straight away? Because that's where the problem starts. And the more you actually focus on something and you fantasize on it, more opportunities will be coming your way that will help you to get there. So obviously it might take you some time, it might take you only very little time, but you will start attracting those things. And like I said, again, Definitely. If you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. And it's not said by me, it's said by someone who's been there, done that, and massive success.
Definitely. If you're just tuning in, don't forget we are talking about how to manifest your desires. And if you're listening on podcasts or wherever you're watching us, don't forget to like, subscribe, give it a nice share, and drop us a nice comment in. That really helps. And if you've got any tips of your own of how you manifest, or you want to share a story, put it in the comments, because like, stories are just great. We pulled a card out of the native spirit as a storyteller, but it's stories. It helps other people as well. So, positive stories, right? So at the weekend, I was on a big course, and they talked about it. Come up about Elon Musk and say Richard Branson, and you just said something. It's just brought it back to me. I can't remember the exact words, but they believe it's their divine right to be where they are. And I know that they've obviously done. They live a great life. They do a lot of good as well. They got like Elon Musk. He's thinking galactic, isn't he? He's thinking beyond Earth. So I think he's manifesting that, and the SpaceX program is already. He's put people into space. He's going to go beyond there. He's going to take the first passengers into space. So it's things like that. That's from manifestation. But that again, that self-belief is divine right that I'm the person to do this, and it's not being arrogant or anything like that. It's gonna. Yes, you can manifest your house, definitely, Claire. And
yes, she has manifested.
Oh, you did.
Yes,
Oh, you have. Oh, you
yes.
have. Sorry. Oh, wow. See. And there were stories like that I heard at the weekend where people just wanted to manifest. It was their house or their dream and their desires. And I guess like the word manifestation, I didn't really fully understand what it was. Maybe going back 16, 17 years, whatever it would well, definitely, beyond there. But it's funny how much I did it without realizing. I might have said this on another podcast, but I knew. So when I was an engineer, at the time I was quite happy, unhappy in that career role. Funny, that is probably a thing for another podcast. But when I look back now, I'm so grateful for that where I wasn't happy. And I'm grateful for the mentors I had then, whether they've been some weren't so great, some were good. That I had within that working environment, because sometimes bad mentors still teach you, right?
I don't think it was bad mentors.
Yeah,
it's how you take it.
It's how you take it. Yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to get out, and I knew I wanted to become a martial arts instructor, and I just believed in myself. One, I knew I had bits to work on, but I had to work so hard to not let the little chimp say, "You can't do it. You're no good. Get off my shoulder, you." And one great way of manifesting, like for me, I just started at my work desk. I had like martial arts stuff just around me for who I was going to work for or work with, however you want to. Because I went self-employed then, and it was around me. Right, I need to go out and do this. And I would visualize myself teaching a class. And even when I started, I didn't teach for about 2 years properly. I did some teaching, but it wasn't like full time. How it got to be. So I just kept thinking about that. I imagined it. And where I first worked as well, I would look for anything I could find that would, okay, that's a little sign. So it's still there now in Gloucester, but it used to be like a social club that my uncle used to go to regularly. It's called Tramway Social Clubs. He was always in there. My uncle passed away in 2003, so I got to get in there. I had my 21st birthday party there, and my mum's friends sang there. So I got to be. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna be there. And then when I got in there, it was like, I'm coming to Cheltenham. Stephen was the owner, and he obviously invested for me to come to Cheltenham in me through his business. I remember we looked at somewhere in Stroud, and I was like, this isn't for me. I'm Cheltenham. And then something come through the door from the estate agents one day, which is just up on the high street. And Stephen, no, what's going on? He said, this is the one. I remember we stood there. This is the one, kiddo. This is the one. And obviously, he invested there. Both our names were on the lease, blah, blah, blah. And the rest is history of all the other times I've manifested something.
And you see, do you remember when we were talking? That was a while back when we were talking about power of focus, and I asked people to close their eyes. Do you remember? Now, first it was like, just look around and see everything in green, right?
Yeah.
Then close your eyes and tell me how many red things you actually recall from the environment.
Yeah.
And people could not do that.
No,
right? There's a power of focus. If you give your brain, something to focus on, whether this is positive or negative, whether this is moving from one job, from coaching to having school, right? You were focused on having that thing, you know, and having it in Cheltenham. Hence, you started attracting those things and finding those golden, you know, opportunities for you, that they were giving you a chance to build, to grow the way you wanted to build and grow in Cheltenham, right? So this is again manifestation. Okay, and if you focus, you know, for example, I'm going back to writing my gratitudes. You know, I tend to be grateful for the things that even haven't happened yet. And I just thank, you know, just for them as they already happened. And in my mind, I see and visualize that this is something what I'm already having. And those two examples I gave you, they are the most recent ones, you know, but there is more. Every day there is something like that happening. It might not be as big as that, you know, it could be something smaller, but it's happening. And you can do the same thing. But I am consciously focusing on the thing that I want. And Rhonda Byrne said, if you people were focusing only or thinking only about the things they want, that would be the only thing they would experience in their life.
Yeah.
So we have lots of, you know, I have mixture of different thoughts, you know, and we do it, you know, not consciously. But if you're conscious, you make this conscious decision to focus on the things that are positive and good, you're going to be experiencing more of that. And that also will include the things that you want to manifest, like which you really want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Margaret's just joined us on we're on LinkedIn today as well. Hi, Margaret. Thank you. Hello.
Although Claire said, well, we need to manifest George.
George was here last week.
I can do that for you. I can do that for you.
If you don't know who George is, if you're new to the podcast, George is our mascot. Easy for you to say. He's our mascot. Yeah. Anyway, I was going to say something that totally gone. I do that in my head. I'm manifesting what I was going to. It come back. It's come back. No, it's not come back.
We're obviously focused on our audience, which is amazing. It's so nice to see different names and different people with us today. Oh, Claire said also that she is. So it took her a few years to manifest the perfect house. You know, it might take you some time, right? But you eventually gonna get it. Depends on the size of the dream, or I don't know, you know, we can elaborate on that a little bit later. Or she said, or songs on the radio. That's a lot, actually, you know.
Yeah.
Do you have that too? What? Like songs on the radio, or like small things that you manifest like instantly?
Yeah, it might be a bit of. I don't know if that's sometimes my inner eye.
Your third eye. Because yesterday, what did I think about it? There was something I was thinking about. I was searching for.
It's got to be. Sorry, Ange. It's got to be a combination of both.
Yeah, but let me say. Okay, I was looking for a Christmas gifts for kids, and I was searching for some stuff which obviously I had in my head. I didn't see. I didn't see that stuff, you know, just in any, I don't know, on TV or whatever. And we were watching yesterday, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. And there was advert, and guess what? They actually showed during the advert those two things I was looking at, you know, for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, thanks. So what I'm saying is we are attracting those things.
Yeah, and now what was it? So if you say it out loud now, Facebook will hear it, and then you'll see it all the time.
They are not, oh yeah, true. Yeah. Cookies. It's called cookies. Yeah.
Yeah. She has told me all about it, Claire. She got a massive shipping container for your gift. 10 helicopters to lower it in. They're mini helicopters, but it's kind of. But let us know. Yeah, thank you for sharing some of the things that you've manifested into your life. If you're just joining us, we're probably going to finish up soon. But anyway, if you are just joining us, we are talking about how to manifest the things you desire. And do you know what? We have one take home already. You talked about a gratitude journal.
Yeah.
I've said just get things around you. So if it's something you really like, vision board.
Yes.
Okay, vision board. There we go. Make a vision board.
I'm gonna write it down and we're gonna summarize it. Vision.
Yeah, good. So a vision board is ideal for that, or it could be like you're talking about your dream house or dream car or career or even a relationship you want, whatever. Just write it down. Write it down. Put it on your fridge. So I had this stuff everywhere. I think I ended up buying for the martial arts. What I did, I actually bought more t-shirts. I just made it part of almost like my everyday wear. I was down there helping out all the time, just to have that in my, like you said, to put that in my focus. And that's what I was going to say earlier. It's come back. When you manifest something as well, it like you said, it draws in what you need because you're focused on it, and then you give off an energy because you've given that off. It's like, this is where I'm going to be. You walk different, you talk differently, you start to believe you are that thing or that person or whatever it is. Because I started to really believe I was that instructor, even though I wasn't ready. It wasn't faking it till you make it, none of that. It was, I started to live like, you know, as that person, and the same as what I'm doing now. That's why I put a post out for my weekend. You know, this is what I'm doing now. This is where I'm at. So it doesn't matter if I haven't. Because I have. It's the next. It's the step in my journey of what I'm doing next with property, or and even when I did the business buying, I'm still on that journey. I'm still quite fresh on that. But again, a year. If you go back probably a year and 2 weeks.
It's very specific.
It is very specific, because I remember December doing the course about you know, how to buy a business and, you know, how to go about it, how to structure that. So it's by it's a lot about saying yes to things. It's a lot of believing in myself and then manifesting, right, I'm going to have that. I'm going to get that first deal of buying a business over the line within the first 6 months. It's been told to me, you know, set that as your goal, right? Well, that's my goal, so that's what I'm going to do. And it happened. And then the next one is, I'd probably say it's every day, but we're literally so close. You know, my goal of 6 by next year, I'll hit it. And even if I don't care, but I would have drawn that into where I want to be, what I want to do. And I think, like I said, you attract in the energy that you give off through manifesting. And I think we went on a course last week, right?
Yes.
Which was amazing. I know we talked about it on the last episode, but I think the same was true. So you draw in more of what you want and need, and it positions you in places that you need to be at the right time in space, or the matrix, or out the matrix. Matrix 4 is coming out, by the way. It looks amazing. And it literally talks about everything we've been talking about over the last week. I've totally gone off on one, sorry. So yeah, when you manifest those things, and then you start you got to take action. You can't just, I think Tony Robbins says this, you can't just go into garden and say, there's no weeds in my garden, there's no weeds in my garden, there's no weeds in my garden, they're not going to disappear. You got to do some work along with the manifestation. But it is amazing. And I think it just drives you to do it anyway.
Do you know what? But I would like to point something out. We talk about taking action, and people think like, oh my gosh, you know, I've been so busy, I've been doing so many things. I'm not talking about chasing your own tail, you know, and just modeling the water. That's not what I'm talking about. Inspired action is important to mention, because when you're actually focusing on the stuff that you want and visualizing it, the opportunities starts to show up. And then there's nothing that could stop you from taking action. It feels easy. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. And the creation is fun. You know, I think trying to make things happen, bank things into place, you know, when you don't have the right mindset and believe in yourself, is just like a waste of time.
Yeah.
And waste of energy.
Yeah.
But where you can really start, where everything starts, and build the picture, see the outcome, really practicing that vision in your head, things will start popping up. There will be no way for you not to see it.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
And then there will be nothing and no one being able to stop you from taking action.
Yeah.
So if you want to have this beautiful garden, then you're gonna be weeding and
definitely
just singing along the way.
I got another tip as well, and it's also to be a bit mindful of your social. I know I seen this, what Claire put. Yeah, I'm not going to say it out loud just in case.
Guys, if you're interested, read the comments
on Facebook, because we're live on YouTube, Instagram, and everywhere. What was I going to say? Yes, be mindful. So just bear in mind, when you are manifesting stuff, it's good to talk about it, but be mindful of what you're saying and to who, because some people just don't get stuff. So in other words, don't let negative seeds be planted in your garden. Do you know what I mean?
100%. I think you will know who are your people.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't have that tribe yet, this is very important to mention. Yet,
and you will get it, because you'll manifest it in.
Don't worry.
Thank you, Margaret. I'm so listen, I'm
Aw.
glad that's helped you. I'm glad that's helped you. Whatever it is, just go out, do it. Get your little tribe in. Get that circle of 5. Talk to, if you want to share it with us. Happy days. But just go out and do whatever it is. Just keep thinking about it. Write it down. Gratitude journal. And put vision board. Even if the vision board doesn't, if you haven't got time, well, you make time. But for me, it was just I'm getting a photo and I'm putting it there. Or put it on your wallpaper on your computer. Put it on your phone. Whatever it is. Takes 2 seconds, well,
So
maybe
do you
5,
know
maybe
what?
10 minutes.
Vision boards are
Thank you,
very
Claire.
powerful. Not everyone has to practice that. It's not like you have to tick all of the boxes. Just pick the things that resonate with you the most, whether this is gratitude, affirmations. Those things are pretty easy. And okay, so let me just say this one thing before I go any further. So with affirmations, people say, well, I want to believe that, I am, let's say, very successful, this and that and the other. And at first, when you don't live it, it might feel like a lie to you, right? But remember, brain is like a computer, and it replays the same information on the loop. So when you start practicing the affirmation that at first feels like alien to you, if you keep going, you eventually start, just hearing this in your own head. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It will become your reality, so you won't feel like you're lying to yourself. So that's what I wanted to say about affirmations. Now, vision boards. Very recently, I was watching one of the episodes of Rhonda Byrne on YouTube, and she was saying about this group of athletes that were going to take part in the Olympics, right? And I don't remember exactly what sort of competition that was, but what they did prior to the competition, they filled their whole room with trophies, right, written to their names. So it was like a printed picture out, which was done on the computer, that they won, so everywhere, wherever they looked, they could see themselves, winning, that they already achieved it. And lots of trainers, professional trainers, practice with their sport athletes visualization. They have to see themselves accomplishing the goal they are going for, and imagine that those girls actually won Olympics. Yes. So many people practice that. It's not wishy-washy or woo-woo stuff, although I do call it woo-woo because it's nice when it's called woo-woo. Yeah, because but those things really works. And the only way for you to find out is just give it a go and practice it for some time, because it's, for me, is a pure magic. It is pure magic, and it's very empowering, because then you see that you actually have this creative power and you can create things on purpose. So obviously, remember, there will be things that will be happening that are out of your power, right? Because obviously we are living in a society where we are surrounded by so many other people who has impact on us, right? But it doesn't mean that we have to be living only on someone else's terms. We can live on our terms, and we can create our reality. Does that make sense?
Absolute sense. And you know what? You're watching this because you're like us. You're weird, and I mean that in the nicest way. Yeah, I mean that in the nicest way. You're weird because you want to find out about manifestation and how it works. And maybe people around, there's people in my circle just aren't going to get that, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's okay. Just it works for me, and it doesn't have to work for everyone around you. If it works for you, happy days. And it will work. It would work for them if they did it. And the thing is, we're all doing it anyway. So, aren't we?
But
whether you like it or not, you're manifesting stuff.
Yes, 100%. Every single day.
Subconsciously. So might as well. Well, I like to be like Neo in the Matrix and have full control of where I'm going. At least 90%, 10%. I know I can't control. I've accepted that in my life. So yeah, I might as well, be captain of the ship, or my starship, obviously.
But the thing is, see, planet. It doesn't matter how delusional you are, right? Because we do like
even
that
better,
word,
right? Yeah.
If you are actually fantasizing and living your vision, right? It makes you feel good. So there is no harm to anyone. Do you know what I mean? You're not harming anyone. You're actually a happier person, within yourself, which means you're easier and nicer to be with. So what's the difference, whether you're thinking about, writing unicorns or you're thinking about some more like physical stuff?
Yeah, no,
Makes
it's,
sense?
no, 100%. I know for a fact. So I wish we could get a time machine and just go back and see ourselves. I wish you could all go back and just see where I was maybe 20 years ago, and to see that there was. I couldn't imagine coming on a camera and doing that regular. I couldn't imagine stand up in a room people I don't know and just quite happily talk to them about whatever. I've had pensioners stand up to attention stand saying "discipline, sir," at a speech once. Okay, a networking event, right? This is what we're going to do. They wanted to know about martial arts, so right, you're going to do this. You'll be a martial artist by the end of the day. Yeah, sir. Oh my God, I've never seen so people get so competitive. But what I mean is, I couldn't. That's the power of manifestation. It's brought me to this point, and it's brought this collaboration.
Yeah,
it's brought people in my life where they need to be, and understand where people need to be as time has gone on as well. And it's again, by manifesting it, saying yes to right and taking action, doing it, and then what's that over there? I'm not attracted to shiny objects, but if it interests me, I want to know more. I want to do that. That's where I see myself going. And actually, it's almost at the moment I feel like I'm on this. It's a great snowball effect.
It is.
It's a great snowball effect. It's I feel like that's took off within the last I would say. So beginning lockdown, I had before lockdown happened, before the pandemic, had these great dreams, great aspirations, and they slightly shifted, but they've shifted to different but better. Different but better. We'll be going for about 30 odd minutes. So, Ange, what is there anything you're manifesting for now? Because I don't know if you want to share some of your goals.
I am, but do you know what? I'm not gonna tell you what it
is.
Because I do like. Do you remember when I said to you, just keep it to yourself when it's in the form of cook, and that's where I'm at right now with my manifestations. All I can tell you is I have lots of fun.
You are on a big turn. I can feel it in the Force. The Jedi Metachlorians are speaking out to me. So and I'm at the same stage a little bit, sort of, different things that I want to do. But and we got some great stuff coming.
Yes,
go on, Ange, you're dying to say.
But that wasn't what I was going to.
I know
say
it wasn't. I don't care.
I wanted to say. Oh, there we go. Go. Yeah. I wanted to say that once my stuff is manifested, I'm gonna share that with you, just to prove the point, because I know it's working and it's working fantastically. So,
but I've got an idea because we've talked about it. Your stuff, and you know what's weird is that when you share it with the like-minded people, I'm manifesting it for you as well. Do you know what I mean? And I get that sense if I tell you stuff, you're like, oh man, that's amazing. You've got to go for it. And I might just say, yeah, well, maybe. No, you say maybe. And she smashes me with a hammer.
Like this.
Yeah. That's why I got no. Well, shut up now. Yeah. So I feel when you going back to tribe, we're gonna have to talk about tribe, I reckon. Within that right tribe, when you talk about your desires, you manifest in it by talking about it, but the people in the right tribe, they start manifesting it for you. And actually they get attracted to it, and they're like, I want to join you on that journey, and I can help you on that journey. And then before you know it, that thing you were manifesting was like this big. It's like the Grinch, when this heart grew from here to here. It's a perfect Christmassy thing. So it grows, like your desire actually gets bigger. You get it sooner. You get it sooner. So that's why I always encourage, set yourself big, massive goals. Be delusional with it. So,
but you don't get me wrong. This works great. But just to increase your belief in your abilities to manifest things, write those smaller things down and just test the stuff out, because the truth is, with those smaller things that are not so important and not so significant, we have less resistance, meaning less limiting belief about that it can happen.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you notice that you're starting to manifest those little things, things that you wanted to manifest, you believe in manifesting those bigger things grows. Okay, so yes, set the big
No,
goals,
yeah, you're right, absolutely
but
right,
have
yeah.
some smaller, you know,
Yeah.
just things.
Especially if you're
along
just
the way.
getting into it.
Just
Yeah,
not
if you're
even look, watch.
Yeah.
That's not a big thing, but it's a big thing, right? And it's just even story with my mom. That was just amazing. I just could not stop smiling yesterday, and I still can't stop smiling today. So you know, it's really powerful, and it really makes you feel good. So do that.
And look back down the mountain, because you might see where there's things you have manifested.
Oh, many.
Yeah, I know they will.
So many
look
wonderful
back,
things.
seriously, look
Yeah.
back. It's just have a look back at, you know, the things you've accomplished, or when something or someone is coming, like, for the right reasons. Yeah, well, even if it was I wanted that bad person coming into my life. I know it sounds silly, but sometimes people do that. But so just look back, but try and keep on a positive, you know, because that's where we want to stay, and how you overcome challenges and got the things, well, got you to where you are now. Just look back and you'll see you've manifested a lot.
Yeah.
There we go. What's next? We're not sure yet, are we? We got a secret. It's a secret.
Yeah, it's secret. It's not secret, but we're gonna just keep you waiting for the confirmation. So so wait for that. Okay. You know, I know we're talking puzzle right now. We like talking puzzles.
We like talking riddles.
But I'm gonna actually redirect us to somewhere else. So let's summarize what can help you with manifestation. Okay, we've mentioned vision board.
Vision board.
If you like
Definitely.
those.
Look back,
see what you've achieved so far, how far you've come. Gratitude, this is a massive thing. Okay, it's a really massive thing. It really helps you to manifest things much faster. When you start appreciating those small things in your life, it's like your focus goes towards the good things, and then you're starting to see more of the good things, and then you believe in yourself and your own abilities to manifest things also grows. So gratitude is great, and it will make you feel great instantly. So do that. It's powerful. Affirmations, practice affirmations. Really talk yourself into believing, because it will happen. You know, remember, belief is nothing different than the thought that you keep thinking over and over and over. So if you don't like the belief you have, implement different belief that will be beneficial for you, the one that you do like, and just keep repeating it. And some people say, I just need to mention this because I just remembered. People say, oh yes, but I've got this affirmation, you know, and it doesn't seem to work. And you might ask them, so how often you think that you don't believe or you don't deserve the thing that you want? Probably majority of the time. How often do you practice your affirmation? 2-3 times a day. It's not enough. You have to really think about it often enough, so it becomes your second nature.
Yes.
And but remember, it's like with everything, the more you practice, the easier it gets.
Yeah.
So it will get easier. At first it's a little bit of effort, and then just becomes second nature. So
like learning to walk.
Yeah,
it's just, you know, or riding a bike. It's a bit weird at first, but you soon be able to take your stabilizers off.
So we have those 3. Do you have any more?
Yeah.
Go on.
You know, find your tribe as well. I think that's quite an important one. Just if you got it, great. I'm always expanding my tribe as well. I think that's quite important. Don't get me wrong, don't need to be friends with the whole world. But it's keeping people. I've got people with a close circle, and you're very much within my circle now, because I know I can safely talk to you. I trust you. I can talk to you about.
Yeah, I can see that. Look.
See? But I can talk to you about all the weirdest things in the whole wide world, and you get it, basically. And that's really important, because it, you know, sometimes you don't get me wrong, you need people to rein you in a little bit. So turns out I can't buy I can't get a cat unicorn. They don't exist.
Who said that?
No, but seriously, your tribe, and once you get you know, if you've got a group tribe as well. So I'm part of a master. I'm now part of 2 masterminds, and they talked about this on this course on the weekend. It becomes like a hive mind. Yeah. I hadn't heard it put like that, and it's absolutely true. You all start thinking the same. You start thinking like, and almost again with our collaboration, it's become almost like this hive mind. We say, should we do this? I'm like, oh my god, I was thinking that. Do you know what I mean? So it very much becomes that. You might even have it in just a friendship, partnership anyway, should you understand what I mean. So yeah, I think your tribe is a very important thing, the right tribe for you, for what you're manifesting.
I know, I've got another one.
One more.
Listen to successful stories.
Oh my gosh, get on a podcast.
Read the successful
If only there was a
stories.
podcast that gave you successful things to listen to. If
I'm
only there was
writing
a podcast that inspired you. No, but
like Inner Power Podcast.
Inner Power
that would be
Podcast.
very
Yeah,
good
that'd
one.
be amazing.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
But rely on, obviously, listen to ours, but not just ours.
There's so many.
There's so many. There's
Yeah.
great ones out there. I know so many. Yes, there's some really awe-inspiring ones, and just like, again, your tribe. You may not have that tribe now, but you'll put this out. And I think that's what I've done as well. I've started following people, and I'm now becoming, I'm now kind of coming. Well, they're coming in my tribe. I'm going in their tribe. However you want to look upon it, and you just never know. So yeah, I think that's a good one. Definitely listen and read. Okay, are we done?
Yes. So just quick summarize. Create vision board if you like. Be grateful. Practice gratitude. Practice affirmations because they are super powerful. Find your tribe, or let your tribe to find you. And listen to successful stories. I know there is many more, and if you have any more, to share with us, please put it in the comments. We're gonna really appreciate that.
And the last one is this is so important.
Go on.
We're gonna put some energy around. Is to like scribe. Don't do scribing anymore. I think we're past that. Depends what life we're living in, really, isn't it?
So was it 6? Go on.
6, yeah. So you just put 106 in my head. That's what you were talking about earlier.
I know. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you, Margaret. Appreciate it. I'm so glad I come on LinkedIn today as well. So thank you. Yeah, just share this. Tag some friends in. That's it. And give us a nice, healthy 5-star review on our podcast. If you're not subscribed yet, we are on the podcast. Just on the podcast. Oh my God, my brain's gone now. That's it. I know it's time to finish. So all podcast platforms. Just
I think
in a podcast, so easy.
I think I can summarize in a few words what you were trying to say. Share our podcast. Tag someone.
I think I got it.
Because sharing is caring, and you never know. Maybe there is someone who need to hear it today.
Tell everyone about it. In this case, snitches don't get stitches.
There we go.
All right, bye, y'all. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, everyone else.
See you next Tuesday. And remember, guys, trust your intuition, find your purpose, and pursue your passion.
Pursue your passion.
See you Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.